Chess Kids, did you know that we have a world champion on staff? That's right, Women's World Rapid Champion 2021 Grandmaster Alexandra Kosteniuk. A big molodets to you for winning this title. She's already been classical Women's World Champion and, she's won the Rapid. Now, she's just awesome. She actually won her first 6 games. And in this video, we're going to take a look at 3. We're going to come back and we're going to do the other 3. And one of them, it's not so important. But watch in this video how you can actually use ChessKid lessons to win a world title. Now in this game, which was actually round number 2, she was white and she recognized that this pawn is pinned and she remembered our pins video, which means this pawn does not actually count as a protector of g6. So what did she do? She just grabbed g6. No problem at all. She's already up a pawn and her attack on the king continues. Now all kinds of double checks are about to occur. So black took, but of course this pawn is still pinned. Okay, absolute pin, hasn't gone anywhere. So she captured. But after king f8, the job was not done. This pawn is now unpinned and her rook is very much in danger. But wait, she has a pin of her own to worry about. Her knight right here is in a very bad pin. So the first thing she had to do was save a rook. And of course, she gained a tempo in the process. Now black moved the queen back to put pressure on the knight. That looks like putting PP on the PP. Yeah, you guys know that lesson. It's probably my most quoted lesson. Now here, she did make a bit of a mistake, but I have to say the correct move was quite hard to find. It's not that easy to get out of the pin. She actually tried to get out of the pin by playing queen c5, still guarding the knight. But what she forgot is that actually this rook can come to e5, and now the only way to guard the knight is to go to this sad square, and then after rook to a5, there's nowhere to move the queen to continue guarding the knight. So she did kind of follow the protocol by getting out of the pin, but the best move here would have actually been to stay in the pin and to play the move c4 with the idea of anchoring that knight on an outpost. That sounds like a chess kid lesson as well, by playing the move c5. Now luckily after queen c5, her opponent did not find this rook e5, rook a5 idea, which is frankly quite strange, and she went on to win the game. So that was round 2. Remember I said she started with 6 straight wins. Let's take a look at round 3's win. Here, Alexandra is black and she's been struggling to break through in an opposite colored bishop ending. Now white just tried a little bit of an in-between move, allowing these pawns right here to maintain their tension. It actually probably is winning for her to play pawn takes, but then the rook takes and white gets to have some fun, white gets to have some counterplay. That's not really something you want to do when you play old man chess, except that Alexandra is quite young and not a man, so I apologize, she's a friend of mine. We're going to call it smart woman chess, not old man chess. But what did she do here? Well, she used king level 53. If you don't remember that one, well, it's my favorite lesson. Exchange sacrifices, because I think it's one of the most beautiful concepts in chess. This bishop is the piece that's gluing all of white's position together, and she unglues it. Is that a technical term? I don't know. She unglues it by sacrificing the exchange, because now, after the rook is captured and pawn takes, she introduces the idea of back rank mates. She's got connected pawns, and now it's just a check. She doesn't have to worry about the rook continuing to check, because the rook doesn't have the dark squared bishop as a helper anymore. In fact, now she can play king g6, and there is no rook to g7 picking off this pawn because there is no bishop guarding the rook. And her bishop, her connected pass pawns, and her rook advancing down the board ended up winning her the game. We'll just take a look at a couple more moves. Obviously, f4 is happening, and we're actually just going to stop here because it's such a dominating position. Black is threatening to push. The rook is going to come give checkmate. Notice how her pawns are on the opposite color of her bishop. That is smart strategy. That way her bishop can help those pawns get to the next light squares they need to get to. And it's just all over. Black went on to win. Let's take a look at her 4th round game and see how she used even more chess kid concepts. Okay, there's going to be a few in this position. The first thing you might notice is that she has the snowplow. Yeah, one of our earliest lessons on ChessKid, the snowplow. Now, I don't think we have an exact lesson or video called the snowplow, but we definitely have many videos about controlling the center. And here, she played the move d5. Now, you do give away control of some of these dark squares, but you know what you also do? You also open up a diagonal to the king. That's what we call foreshadowing in the writing business. That's right. Before FunMasterMike was a chess teacher, I actually thought I was going to be a writer. Okay, anyway, this knight has to run away, and then she uses that square that she just opened up for her knight. That sounds like square clearance to me, yeah. And this knight's thinking about maybe going to f5 one day. Okay, now black plays the move c6, And after the bishop runs back, black tries to play the move pawn takes pawn. Now things get a little squirrely. That's not a chess term, I just made that one up. Little squirrely, little crazy, but she's a grandmaster. She can handle it. She first played bishop takes bishop, and now black tried pawn takes and in between move, and it actually almost looks like she's in trouble here. Because if she simply takes the pawn back to save her queen, she's going to lose a piece. There's a couple different ways she can handle this. One is to play queen to b6 to attack the rook, but no. She uses one of our most recent videos, double check. She saves the bishop by using that long diagonal that I hinted at. And now in this position, the bishop cannot be captured. Well, legally it could, but after takes, it would be a very short day at the office for Mrs. Kosteniuk, because she would play knight to e6, double check, discovered check. Well, all double checks are discovered checks, and she is going to win the queen, and she's going to be able to go on to win the game. So obviously her opponent didn't do that, but she used the idea of double check in order to make sure that she did not lose a piece. And, well, I already told you she won her first 6 games, so guess what? She went on to win this game too. How did she win those other games to go on to officially clinch the title? Come back for round 2. FunMasterMike will let you know. If you haven't already subscribed to our YouTube channel, go ahead and do it now, or you might miss out on the conclusion to her World Championship.